Today's lesson is on percents and fractions. After today, you will be able to find a percent of a quantity as a rate per 100. First, we're going to look at vocabulary and a key idea. A percent is the number of parts per 100. So 60% is 60 out of 100, or 60 hundredths. When writing percents as fractions, you will write the percent as a fraction with a denominator of 100. Then simplify if possible. For our first example, we're writing percents as fractions. For A, we want to write 35% as a fraction in simplest form. First, we will write the percent out of 100, so we have 35 over 100. Then we will simplify. We can divide both 35 and 100 by 5, and 35 divided by 5 is 7. 100 divided by 5 is 20, so we get 7/20ths. For B, we're going to write 174% as a mixed number in simplest form. Our first step is to write the percent out of 100. So we have 174 over 100. We then can simplify by dividing them both by 2. 174 divided by 2 is 87, and 100 divided by 2 is 50. Then 87/50ths would simplify to 1 37/50ths. Now we're going to look at an additional example. You can either pause the video and try it on your own, or you may follow along. We're going to write the percent as a fraction or mixed number in simplest form. The first one is 15%. So we're going to write 15 out of 100, and then we're going to simplify. 15 and 100 can both be divided by 5. 15 divided by 5 is 3, and 100 divided by 5 is 20. So 15% would be equal to 3/20ths. For number 2, we have 168%. First, we're going to write 168 out of 100. And then we can simplify by dividing them both by 4. 168 divided by 4 is going to be 42. And 100 divided by 4 is 25. And 42/25ths would simplify to 1 17/25ths. Now we're going to look at another key idea. When writing fractions as percents, we write an equivalent fraction with a denominator of 100. So for 1/4, we want 100 as the denominator, so we'd have to do 4 times 25 to get 100. If we're multiplying the denominator by 25, we have to multiply the numerator by 25 to give us an equivalent fraction. And 1 times 25 is 25. So 1/4 is equal to 25 100ths, and 25 hundredths is 25%. Now we're going to look at our second example with writing a fraction as a percent. We're going to write 3/50ths as a percent. For 3/50ths, we want to make the denominator 100. 50 times 2 is 100. In order to form an equivalent fraction, we'd multiply 3 times 2 and get 6. So we have 6 hundredths, which would be equal to 6%. Now we have an additional example. You can either pause the video and try it on your own, or you may follow along. We're going to write the fraction as a percent. For the first one, we have 7/25ths. In order to get 100 on the bottom, we would have to multiply by 4. We multiply the numerator and the denominator by 4. For the denominator, 4 times 25 is 100. The numerator, 7 times 4 is 28. And 28 hundredths would be 28%. For number 4, we have 19/20ths. In order for us to get 100 on the bottom, we would have to multiply 20 times 5. 20 times 5 is 100. And then we need to multiply the numerator by 5 as well to get an equivalent fraction. 19 times 5 is 95. And 95 hundredths is 95%. Don't forget to fill out your notes and remember to watch the video again if needed.